My name is Deborah Allen. I'm running for the Cabarrus County School Board. The reason why I'm running is because I have spent over 40 years in education in various capacities, and I have been subbing in Cabarrus County schools. And there are a lot of good things that are going on, but there are a lot of things that I believe need to be improved upon.
What's one thing that you would like to accomplish in your first 6 months?
I would love to see more student engagement. I would love to see teachers really leading students in hands-on things like Socratic seminar, where students are very involved in education. I just want to bring excitement back to the classroom.
How should the school system balance academic achievement, student growth, and career and technical education to meet the needs of students and employers?
What I would really encourage in every school is that there should be limited screen time, if any, in primary schools, K to 3. There's too many studies that show that it's just being on screen time is not really good for the development. And at that age, those young children need to be involved in hands-on things, social interactions, arts and crafts, basic skills, just learning how to hold a pencil, fine motor, and all of the water play and all of that kind of thing. So I really don't encourage laptops or Chromebooks in primary grades. That can be given to students as they have spent more time in the classroom, and then they could get more involved in doing things like iReady and other things that are already in the.
Thank you. Beyond standardized test scores, what measures do you believe best reflect school performance and student preparedness for future success?
When I was in the classroom, we did so many group projects. We would read books, and then at the end, they would have options of how they can just express themselves in ways that had themes of the story or creative outlets. If they were interested in science, they could explore it that way. Science fair has always been something that a lot of students really get involved in. And right now in Cabarrus County, they have a program with robotics. What is it called? VEX IQ Robotics is a great program that a lot of schools are using. So really getting students out there to apply what they're learning.
Strong partnerships with local governments, business, and community organizations can enhance educational outcomes. How would you support collaboration to strengthen opportunities for students and families?
One thing that I have really been considering, and I think it's so important for the school board to be involved with the county commission, especially in Cabarrus County, where you have a large school that is run by the county, yet there are decisions that have to be made by the city. So there's just, I think that partnership needs to really be close so that, especially in times where we are dealing with limited monies that have been released from the state, that the children don't have to suffer at the hands of not enough programs.
How would you approach long-term facility planning to ensure schools keep pace with enrollment and workforce demands?
Well, one of the things that I do know that Cabarrus County does well is they have a school to work partnership. I can't remember the name of the person who's in charge of that, but I do believe they work with like Rowan Community College. They work with other vocational programs where students who may not be going on to traditional colleges can find ways to utilize their skills. And I remember back in the day we had what was called the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, where students who wanted to be technically involved, they would be trained to be a mechanic or trained for those kind of jobs. I think that craftsmanship is important. I don't think that everything needs to be academically centered for students who may not have that as a career path.
What strategies should be prioritized to build a stable, effective educator workforce in Cabarrus County?
Can you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
Sure. What strategies should be prioritized to build a stable, effective educator workforce in Cabarrus County?
Okay. So that really comes down to teaching respect at a young age. Um, I don't know about you, Katerina, but I have worked for leaders that were questionable at best, and they were my bosses, and I may not have agreed with a lot of things that they wanted to implement, but I had to recognize that I was working in a team. So I may not agree with that, but I have to learn how to agree to disagree. So I think we're teaching teaching students respect so that they know how to work in an environment with all different kinds of people.
Thank you very much. You have a few extra minutes. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Um, I'm just excited about this opportunity. It's not anything that I ever thought that I was going to pursue. It sort of found me because I'm not a political person. I've had to work when I was before I retired. I worked in New York State, and nobody wanted to be the chief building rep. Now I know that we don't have unions here in North Carolina, which is a good and a bad thing. There's always pros and cons, but in New York we had a union, and nobody wanted to take on that role. And it just came to me, and I didn't really like it, to be honest with you. But what the good thing was, there were so many new teachers and they were non-tenured, and they were afraid. They were afraid. And so having somebody that they could come to, that I could mentor them, that I was tenured, so I didn't have to worry about being that liaison, was something that I think was vital. So there are just so many different aspects to schools. Teachers need to be supported. Administrators need to wear many different hats. And one of the things they need to do is be able to enforce those policies where teachers feel that they are valued and respected.